Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing alright. How are you?
I'm doing well. Could you please briefly tell me about yourself?
My name's Hillary Host. I'm 20 years old and I go to GRCC.
Okay, and what are you studying at GRCC?
Child Development.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming to the interview today. I really appreciate you meeting with me. Today we're going to be discussing a change that you're thinking about making. Can you think of any change in particular that's been on your mind lately?
Yeah, I've actually been thinking about moving to Ohio.
Moving to Ohio,
Yeah.
okay. Well, why have you been thinking about making that change?
Just my overall happiness here. I'm not happy and I think that I could find happiness by leaving.
Okay, so you've told me that you're unhappy living here. Can you tell me what might be some of the sources of this unhappiness?
Yeah, my parents have always fought and argued since I've been very young, and now that I'm older, I think they just it puts a whole toll on me, you know, being older. And
what is your living situation? Are you living with your parents?
yep, living with my mom and my dad.
Okay, so it's just you three in a house?
Yep.
Okay, and now why Ohio? What does Ohio have to offer you?
Well, my boyfriend's actually living there right now, and because of my unhappiness, I think just a whole new, location would be ideal for me.
Okay, what would that look like, you moving down there? What would your living situation be? How would you go about that?
Yep, I would, go about that by just moving in with my boyfriend in his apartment that he has right now, and, I would obviously have to look for employment down there and schools.
Okay, are you currently, I know you go to GRCC, are you employed here now?
Yes, I am employed.
Okay, have you looked into the job opportunities down in Ohio yet?
Not so much the job opportunities here, but I have looked into schooling, you know, just kind of browsing on the internet and stuff, doing that, so.
Okay, and does your boyfriend work?
Yes, he is employed and he's working actually over 40 hours a week, so
he's very busy.
He's very busy, yeah.
Okay, so what would that look like for you to move down there? Do you have other support systems besides your boyfriend down there?
No, he is the only one down there right now.
So when he's working all day, would you just be by yourself until you get on your feet down there?
Well, I think obviously I need to look for employment down there and schooling, so going right down there, I think while he's working and stuff would give me plenty of time to be out looking for a job and hoping and praying that I get an interview or offered a position that I apply for.
Right. Well, it sounds like you're really, really thinking about making this change. What are some things that would be beneficial for you if you moved down to Ohio?
Goes back to my happiness once again, you know, just my overall happiness here is not, it's not there.
So you're telling me that you're feeling unhappy here, and it seems as though your parents were really having a toll on you, the fighting. Are there any other sources of unhappiness that could be causing this?
I mean, no, I think that just from being brought up with them always being, you know, negative towards each other, and it really does. I mean, now that I'm older and I can understand, and I just feel very stressed here.
Okay. Do you remember a time when things were different, when you found yourself being happy here?
Yes, even back only a few years to high school, you know, I was happy, and I think now being an adult, like I said, it's just your eyes really open up, and you know, I feel everything now. Back then I didn't really let it get to me, and now I do.
Were you doing things differently back then? Any activities, anything that was helping you feel more enjoyable, happier?
I think just in high school, I mean, I did cheer in high school and do, you know, extracurricular activities that, you know, may have kept me busy, but I'm very busy now, so I think it really goes back to just, you know, being older and an adult myself now. And
okay, so let's talk about what are some of the pros and cons of you staying here? What are some of the pros you could think of?
Some of the pros would be just not having bills to pay for, not having rent to pay for. My parents pay for everything, even food. You know, here I go home and there's food for me, and just the expenses overall would be very difficult there. You know.
Would your boyfriend be able to help you out down there then?
Yes, he has already said, you know, just so I can get myself on my own 2 feet, and start off looking for a job and doing all that, he would be supportive, but I don't want to have to lean on that, so.
Right. So back to the pros and cons, though. Can we think of any cons about if you were to stay here?
If I were to stay here, just my happiness once again. I'm not really happy here. So.
What about some of the pros and cons of you living down in Ohio?
Pros, once again, would be my happiness. I'd
Right.
be much more happy without having the negativity. And being closer to my boyfriend, I think that would be very good for us. Right now, he's so busy and I'm busy here. And at night, we don't really have time to talk on the phone or Skype because by the time we get home, we want our own time. And I think that would be very good as well.
What about some of the cons of you living down there?
Cons of living there, once again, expenses. My parents pay for my home, they pay for my bills, they help me out. They do help me out a lot. It's just them two always arguing. It's just not what I want.
Right. And so, could you think of are there any other options to get away from this fighting and bickering, or is Ohio really your only thing that you could really escape
It's not my only option to escape it. I could try to find my own place here, but right now I really don't know if I have all the money to be living on my own. And not that I would use my boyfriend in any sense, but he has been willing to open up his apartment to let me come down there and to get away from this unhappiness. So.
Okay, well, I know sometimes it's easy to lose track of what's important when we're unhappy and we feel like we're stuck in a rut. So why don't we just talk about some of the things that are most important to you?
Okay, well, things that are very important to me right now are friends and family, obviously, having a workplace, having school here. Right.
Okay. Well, if you were 100% successful in making this change, what would be different for you?
I feel like going there, what would be different for me is being lonely. I'd be so lonely there and not having the support system that I do here. Since he does work so much, it's not like I would constantly have my boyfriend to hang out with.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think would happen if you didn't make the change, if you stayed here?
If I stayed here, I think that I definitely would have to find a different option for living. I think I haven't really gone into this, but my parents aren't I don't think they will ever get a divorce or, they're not, I don't think they're necessarily happy together, but they won't escape that, and so I would have to remove myself from that situation.
Okay. So, does it seem as though you're on the fence about moving?
I wouldn't say that I am on the fence right now. I think that I am going to do this. I think for right now, that's what I need to do for my happiness.
Okay, so let's talk about, on a scale of 0 to 10, we'll say 0, that this change is not important to you, 10, this change is important to you. What scale are you thinking?
10, for sure. I mean, it's very important. I keep saying this, but my happiness is very important to me, and here I'm not being offered that happiness.
Okay, well, from this, I understand that you seem very set on making the move, and happiness is extremely important. So, in conclusion, do you think that that's what you're going to do is move to Ohio?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I just want to say thank you for meeting with me today. You seem like a very strong, independent person, and I believe that you really will make whatever decision is best for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.